Joan Ayer has been with Bridgewell for 47 years, living in her own Bridgewell apartment with individual in-home supports from staff for most of that time. But last year, Joan transitioned to Magnolia Terrace, a resident group home in Peabody.
I just turned 90 last year. I like to stay active for a long time.
Joan's been blind since birth. She was a toddler when she entered the system. She's been in various group homes and state hospitals and schools for the blind throughout her life, eventually ending up in her own apartment with Bridgewell. She thrived for over 40 years, living independently with support in the community. And most recently, she transitioned from that setting to a group home 24-hour care type setting, which she's now thriving in.
We basically help Johnny navigate everyday life, help her with little things like prepping her meals, making sure that things are okay at home, if she needed to go do shopping or attend medical appointments. It was very rewarding to help her navigate the little things of everyday life, making sure that she gets to do all the things that she wants to do, but at the same time helping her keep that sense of independence that she much loves.
I used to talk to Walter. Sometimes he takes me to my appointments, and then we go out to eat. I went over Walter's house one time and had dinner, and I liked it. I met her daughter and his wife.
Well, working with Joan is always a lovely experience. She's such a kind soul, such a nice person. She's always very happy with the little things. For her, it's not much about the material things, but it's the connection that she has with the staff. For her, it's not important to go on a fancy restaurant or on a very expensive trip. It's more about the relationship and the moment that you get to spend with her.
Joan has brought a little bit of sunshine to Magnolia. She is extremely pleasant and kind. I enjoy my visits on a daily basis with Joan when she comes in and chats with me about her day. She loves to chat with staff. They have such a good rapport. She has a staff member here that usually cooks dinner. Every day they hug each other. She calls Joni Mama, and Joni calls her Mama right back.
I made friends here. People are nice to me. I like to take walks with the staff.
The work that we do in Bridgewell is very much a privilege to be able to make a difference in other people's life. You see the happiness on the individuals that we serve. This is something very valuable. I would like to call it like a spiritual currency. It can just make your day, even if you have a tough day on your own life. Seeing the happiness and the difference that it makes the job that you do in other people's life can be very uplifting.
Last Eve I went to a party with Giselle, and I had a nice time. And she took me to the cookout, and I had a good time. Saw my friends, and that was nice.
Joan's our oldest resident. She's 90. Last year we had a big 90th birthday party celebration for her at Kowloon. We had about 30 people there, all her friends and past staff, present staff. She really enjoyed it. It was a nice day.
I hope I live a long time till I get in my hundreds. I hope I live here a long time.
Alexis Smith graduated from Bridgewell's Johnson Street Women's Recovery Program in October of 2024 and transitioned to Bridgewell's Lotus House Family Supportive Housing Program. She currently lives at the Lotus House with her children, Maddox and Oakley.
I've been at the Lotus House since October of 2024.
Here at the Lotus House, we support the moms in many different ways and the children. We work on housing, finance and budgeting, goals group, healthy relationships, relapse prevention, child development.
Before going into the programs, I was on Mass Ave. It was the lowest moments of my life. I was using needles and I was smoking crack. I didn't even have my own tent. I was tent hopping, or sleeping on the sidewalks. And honestly, I don't even think I did much sleeping, so I was like going in these cycles of psychosis and like forgetting who I was and where I was, and it was really scary. While I was at Johnson Street, I got there when I was pregnant, and I had Maddox. I learned how to be a clean version of myself, and not only that, I learned how to be a mother as well. It's a hard program, and it's really structured, but it really is life-changing. I learned the parts of me that I didn't like, and I also learned how to change those parts to parts that I did like, that I could be proud of, my kids could be proud of. So while I was in the hospital having Maddox, social services came in and they told me that they were going to be taking her away, and my whole world just fell apart. I called Johnson Street, I called the staff there, I talked to Lena. Everybody just kind of came together for me, and with the help from Bridgewell, I actually got to bring Maddox home. I feel like without being at the program and without the support of Bridgewell and all the staff and just everybody fighting for me, I wouldn't have brought Maddox home from the hospital.
So Alexis has been here for about 4 months. She came with Maddox, and she's done amazing. She reunified with Oakley about a month ago.
One of the biggest reasons why I am so grateful for the Lotus House is they helped me reunify with my son, Oakley. He's 2. My first pregnancy, I was still on the street and I was struggling really badly, and I lost him right away. Other than visits with Oakley, I've never even spent a night with Oakley before the Lotus House.
She was giving a list of tasks that she had to complete in order for Oakley to be able to reunify. Finding a pediatrician, finding a daycare, sign up for early intervention. She completed all that within 2 weeks. I love watching a mom reunify with her child, and it's amazing when they find permanent housing and move on. We still stay in touch with them. We do an aftercare, we do check-ins with them. What I find rewarding is watching the moms realize that they deserve this life. They deserve to be a parent. Watching them flourish with their children, watching them be able to have the life that they deserve.
Alexis plans on going back to school at North Shore Community College to study nursing.
I wouldn't be the woman I am today without Bridgewell. I wouldn't be the mom I am to Maddox and Oakley without the guidance, the teaching, the groups, the structure that Bridgewell has given to me. I feel like I'm totally capable. I feel independent. I feel strong in my recovery. I wouldn't be here without Bridgewell.
Christopher Morris has lived in a Bridgewell residence and attended Bridgewell Day Program for 8 years. When Chris was turning 22 and transitioning from school-based services, he and his parents were looking for the best fit for Chris in adult services.
Who are you?
Chris Morris.
And how long have you lived here?
8 years.
You got it.
Bridgewell has an approach that was different from many other organizations that we looked at. They have, for the autistic community at least, this fully integrated approach where they provide both a day program, a residential program, and transportation all under one roof.
We transitioned from Cardinal Cushing, and Bridgewell was very great in helping with that transition. Just the whole staff there was so welcoming and knew how much to push Chris in the transition and how much to back away. And he did very well.
Christopher's currently working on learning how to make meals. So we're working on trying to learn different ways of cooking and increasing the ability to do the everyday things on your own. Watching someone kind of struggle in the beginning and not be able to get there, and then all of a sudden just get it and be so proud of themselves and smile, like that makes me melt inside.
We were very fortunate with Rosewood 3 that we were happy, just starting out with the program and stuff, but they were like, Chris can do so much more. And first he was a greeter at the Topsfield Fair, and we were like, no way, this kid doesn't even talk and you're gonna have him as a greeter. We went, we were a fly on the wall, we watched him, blown away. Then they said, you know what? We think he can go to Meals on Wheels. So he went over to Meals on Wheels. He works there 3 days a week. He also earns a paycheck. I never in a million years would think that Christopher would have had a job. But I love how Bridgewell pushes their clientele just enough.
Look, the Meals on Wheels.
You bring meals to people?
To people.
It's very sweet.
They're all just wonderful staff members. They truly care, and you can tell it. It's in their heart. They truly love their clientele.
Chris is so funny and always laughing and smiling and giggling, and it just brings me joy knowing that he can be independent and have to be an adult and you have to do work, but is enjoying it.
Having been in the Bridgewell family for 8 years now, we're thinking that this is going to be Christopher's long-term home. This is where he's going to be the day program and also the residential piece, which is very comforting as we are aging. So it's nice to know that Christopher will have an extended family. As a parent of a special needs child, you have a whole different set of fears. But coming to Bridgewell, I will tell you, I can sleep at night. He knows this is his home at Exeter Way. He feels comfortable here. He feels loved here. And as a parent, it is just so comforting to know that he's well cared for.
Chris is enjoying life. Bridgewell has done a great job of creating an environment where he can grow and thrive. We couldn't be happier to have Chris in the Bridgewell family.
Why was the skeleton afraid to cross the road?
Why?
Because he had no guts.
That was a pretty good joke. Did Dad teach you that joke? It's a very dad joke, huh? Here at Bridgewell, we are more of a supportive family than a group of staff members taking care of your family member. We want them to feel like they are home every day.
Bridgewell has given Chris a future in which he can grow and thrive, and we're very thankful for that.